one.
Ladies and gentlemen. Terrible.
Oh boy, everyone just clicked off.
Oh my god. So, welcome everybody to our Olympia predictions video. Official, super duper official Olympia predictions being revealed here. I think this is the first time I've actually ever introduced the show. Feels kind of weird.
Yeah, some crazy lunatic usually does.
We normally just slide right in.
Guys, make sure you subscribe to Project Bodybuilding on YouTube.
I have
great channel going on over there.
Lots of good conversations and comparisons.
So
side
true.
by sides.
Best in the biz.
Historical ones and present ones.
So true.
And did you hear about his Olympia special?
Yeah, I have. It's one of the biggest undertakings in bodybuilding social media history, and he's knocking it out of the park.
Tell us more.
Well, if you want to know more, you got to go over and subscribe to Project Bodybuilding. Absolutely fantastic channel. Usually he's very stressed out.
This is so
Wow.
you dirty. I won't say any expletives at the start of the podcast, but this is
shill.
This is dirty.
Make sure you unsubscribe from whoever that guy is.
Wait, is it this one?
Look at my name, POS. But I had to adjust the name a little bit a few times because I could only have 30 characters. But yeah.
What do you call this show, actually, Josh? What is the name of your podcast?
Bodybuilding and Friends.
Oh, why? We're not friends.
Oh, well, maybe you're not our friend.
Have you ever seen the show Johnson and Friends?
He's our friends.
Johnson and Friends. No, it's probably some Australian garbage.
Possibly. I don't know if it's
Is it an Australian?
It could be.
Something in Friends.
I think it was
Lovers and Friends.
I think
Lovers and Friends.
Johnson and Friends was like an elephant, and like they were like little toys, and
No, we didn't have that.
I know what
British.
it was. It was Garfield and Friends.
I love Garfield and Friends.
Yeah, Garfield and Friends.
I gotta watch that
love
Garfield
Garfield.
special.
And they'd show the farm ones where there was like a little egg that walked around, and Sheldon they called him, I think.
Adelson? That's a joke for all the viewers at home. Anyway.
Dylan, I gotta ask you, why no suit?
Yeah, why no suit? Looking a little bummy today.
Yeah, you look like a bum.
We're not going to talk about appearances on this podcast, okay? Okay, so basically, still the best dressed one here, doing a very casual but smart fit.
Excuse me?
I just had a
Ninja
very
Turtles?
busy
I feel
like
like black cap, black top was the brief, and Mark just pulled off Ninja Turtles and stood out.
You can't go wrong, guys. Teenage
He
Mutant.
he needs that Christmas energy.
Teenage Mutant.
Green with the red.
Ninja Turtles, heroes of
wanna
to the power.
They're the world's most fearsome.
Why is Josh
fighting
singing Christmas
king.
songs? I don't know.
Mariah Carey's
What's
slowly
happening? What are we
unthawing.
doing?
We are going to talk about the Olympia. Wow.
when is that?
It's this weekend. Starting
No.
Starting Friday.
Thursday's the
Check
press
my little
conference.
calendar
Thursday
here.
press conference. Don't forget the press conference.
No, you are correct. It is.
But the most important thing is Men's Open, our official predictions here on Bodybuilding and Friends, and who recently dropped out. Tell
Someone
the
dropped
viewers.
out? Oh, Nathan dropped out.
Nathan
Yes.
Diasha. He
Yeah,
did.
I see
Yes.
He
Yes,
did drop
Nathan
out.
dropped
that
out.
was.
Wow. Yes. Yeah, I did hear about that one.
Tonio dropped out too.
Ooh,
Yes,
Tonio,
Tonio
yeah.
dropped out too.
Yep.
I don't know
And
who's
Baylor.
turning around.
If anybody else
I don't
drops
either.
out, this is crazy. Like if we had someone in the top 5 drop out, I'd be devastated.
What, like Samson or somebody like that?
I
Not
mean,
Samson, but somebody like that? Not
I mean,
like
it could
Andrew
be anyone in the
Jackson,
top
somebody like that?
5, you know, like Nick Walker's like guaranteed top 5. It could be
Exactly.
Like
Samson
Exactly.
Andrew.
Derek Lunsford because he had to travel from Florida through the hurricane.
Ooh, could be off.
Boo-hoo. I wouldn't mind if he dropped out. In fact, I'd encourage it.
No,
Derek
no,
Hayden,
no.
eh? What a
Who we're
Derek
talking
hater.
about?
Oh, what is this?
Who we're talking about is Nick Walker dropping out.
Why?
This interview
One
again.
out from the Olympia.
That's crazy. I'm sure he was already super shredded. Let's see it. Let's wait to see his face though. I'm sure he was like,
Shredder?
no, he was already super shredded.
James Avery did his voice. Shredder, by the way.
Is that Uncle Phil?
Yeah, James Avery.
But yeah, I'm sure like Nick probably made this decision probably the day of. So I gotta assume that maybe we'll see some update pictures.
Oh, so you're saying maybe he wasn't ready for
Seems
the
like you're
Olympia?
being-
They have to check it off with the Olympia. You know this. You know, like obviously with something like this because he has a contract. You know, so he has to get out of that contract. What are you on right
Is that
now?
Nick?
You want to go to his tagged and just hope that it looks somewhat reasonable, and it's never.
There's
Greg
went
Doucette's
off on
video
him.
was hilarious, and I agree with everything.
Really, you
Got
agree with?
a little weird there at a
You
certain
agree with
point.
somebody in the
Yeah,
media
what did he
calling
say?
Nick Walker?
I don't know. He kept
a,
going on and on about.
He said something about
You know.
sucking. I don't know what that was. I didn't watch the full video.
I couldn't
didn't
watch
watch
the
it.
whole thing. You watched the whole thing? You didn't watch it at all.
I
None of
watched
it,
Muscle
no.
Discord's reaction, so I saw about half of it.
I didn't watch Discords.
Yeah, I don't watch anything that's perceived negative.
Perceived negative.
Yep, I like to stay in my little positive bubble.
There's Discord right there.
Josh, would you watch my latest video?
I would if I had
Jay
watched
Cut- on
anything
Jay
this
Cutler.
week.
That's
Call-
negative, though.
I'm Jay
watched-
Cutler calling out the Mr. Olympia.
I think I saw a short you did talking about it. I have not seen it yet though, or I saw
Uh,
the
the re-
thumbnail.
I think,
Damn.
yeah, you would have seen the thumbnail probably. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
It is-
I haven't done anything today except just running around. So
I feel ya.
Nick, look
Still
natural. Okay, bro. Who's saying this? Oh, it's
Dave he said he almost looked natural, but then in his podcast he said, "I'm sort of saying that tongue in cheek." So he said that
Right,
sort of
right, right.
He
afterwards.
put
So
the idea
yeah.
there. He knew
But
people were
I
going to
mean-
say, "Oh, Dave said he was natural."
yeah, of course, yeah. I mean,
But
Dave
then he-
knew what he said as well.
the story here is Nick clearly wasn't ready for the Olympia. So
Yup.
you know, people were roasting Tonio and myself and his coach for announcing it. What, 8 weeks out, 6 weeks out?
Yeah, respectable.
Okay, so we did that, but Nick does it less than 1 week out, or
Well, they
exactly
dropped
1
out
week
at the
out.
same time, but they announced it differently.
Oh, you know what? You might be right.
Well, you can see him. He wasn't.
Yeah, you can tell he's not.
You can see it in his face. It's like
Yeah.
he's been eating pies for at least a week.
It is. I've seen like people trying to go through the trail, like the paper trail. Like here's his 3 weeks out video where he said, "I'm excited for a new diet change." He's apparently in like this video 11 days out, he was still hopeful and things, or whatever. And it's just like, so the real question is, when was this decision made? Were they trying to push this until the very end, or did they realize that no, maybe 3, 4, 5, whatever that time was, because he made the announcement 1 week out. I
Yeah.
think they made the decision before then.
Well,
They
when did
announced it
Dave-
1 week out.
Didn't Dave Palumbo make a post? There's going to be a big name out of the Olympia, obviously.
And that
he
was
knew
like a
then.
week prior.
Well, obviously he knew then. He just wasn't allowed to say
Yeah.
anything. You know,
It was. I think that was about 5 days prior. Yeah,
so at least
Yeah.
that long ago.
4 or
He's
5
not
days
going to
prior.
post that if he didn't know something.
Yeah, people knew. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because Xavier
People are
said
mad.
it
People
for
seem
a
like they're
while.
upset, like Greg Doucette.
I thought that was so
Wow.
funny.
I
and
mean,
Bob,
is Greg
so upset.
Doucette's
Bob
is his
checked in,
reactions even
Sean.
like authentic?
I haven't watched Bob Chicken Sean's. What did they say?
Well, they basically said that he should have lied.
I thought that was interesting, actually. Bob said he should have said he retore his hamstring, and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
something, anything. Like when what's his name, Flex Wheeler got attacked by ninjas.
Exactly.
He lied,
And then-
but eventually they figured out, he didn't get attacked by ninjas. He looked like crap.
Were you there?
Who, me?
Yeah. Were you one of the ninjas? You can't confirm this attack was from you?
It was one of the Foot Clan members, I will tell you that.
Oh, man. That's tough.
You know, Flex actually was on the Menace podcast like a year or so ago, and he actually confessed to that being a lie,
Did
which
he
was
punch
fun.
the wall or something, break his hand?
I can't remember what the story was, but
That's
I was,
what
like,
Sean
I was
said.
thinking about doing a retrospective video on that, on him coming out and actually confessing to it, because when you look it up, there's no, it's like people know now, and it's sort of been said, but no one's done any sort of piece on it. So I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to do a video on that. And
There's some articles out there. I
highlight
found
that
one this
it's actually
morning.
A bullshit
It's too
story.
stupid to confess.
Oh,
It's
really?
like I can't confess. It's too
Yeah.
stupid.
Given the circumstances, He just didn't want to compete, so I don't think he really cared.
He did, sort of.
He liked to cheat on his diet, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So they say. And no,
He should
Dylan, I
start
wasn't
cheating on
there.
his wife.
Oof.
What? Where does that come from?
He's not even married, I don't think.
That's a terrible quality.
That's a terrible thing to say.
I have too much
What?
character. I have too much character to cheat on my wife.
Go boo-hoo.
What? I've been with the same woman for 14 years.
That's longer than I've been alive.
Close enough. So what's the final take on Nick Walker dropping out from the Olympia?
I'm trying to be so constrained
Best
right
luck
now.
to Nick, and see you next year.
Yep.
Will we?
I'm not going to get all upset like these guys, because first of all, these guys don't know what it's like to compete in 2024, where if you do look like a bag of crap, you'll have Mark's Max Muscle making videos and all these other clowns, and it's going to make you look like an idiot.
Yep.
And those guys didn't have to deal with that.
Mute that crap.
Mute that crap. You're welcome, Nick.
Yep. Yep.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they're lying about it. There are lies.
What?
Fake gear? Well, I don't know if that came directly from... Did that come from Matt Jansen's mouth?
No, I
Before
thought
I
Dave
know.
Colombo started that.
Okay, well, the fake gear thing, whoever started that is dumb. That doesn't
I
even
thought
make any
Dave
sense.
started, but the way he said it, he didn't
What do you
say
mean
it.
it doesn't make
but
sense?
He said, well,
Fake
he looked natural
gear.
to me, and then he went into
Please.
talking about people buying fake gear.
Dave
Oh,
talked about
please.
it on a
Yeah.
podcast as well.
Yeah.
He said, he said that's probably the most likely situation that he's taking fake gear. The only thing is, like, if it was that, like, I don't know. I did hear something a little bit ago that Matt wasn't seeing Nick in person all the time and whatnot. And I just wonder that if he was taking fake gear, would it have been able to be easy to be caught a bit sooner because
Yes.
that's become obvious somewhat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Imagine Nick Stack.
but, yeah.
Imagine Nick Stack. And nothing was working, apparently. Nothing was working. He had to drop out of the Olympia, his dream. They couldn't even push past it, but apparently most of the stack just had to be fake.
Look, who knows? Like, I don't think that they've actually said that. Maybe they had a private conversation. Who knows with other people, and other people have just leaked it. Because when one person talks to another person, when this person talks to that person,
Yep.
the story develops and changes. So,
Well, it's like when
Yeah.
they whisper a
Like-
story around the circle,
Yeah.
and by the time it gets back to you, it's like, I didn't say it.
Yeah.
I think Nick is genuinely burnt out. Like, whether it's like emotionally, physically, I think he's competing.
He
Like,
hasn't stopped,
the thing
really,
is-
when you think about it. Like, probably
Yeah.
dieting. He's stayed lean from last year's Olympia and
Yeah.
how long before the Olympia. That can mess with
Yeah,
your
so he
mind,
did-
man.
He did you go New York, what he did this year. He did the Olympia last year. He did the Arnold before that. He did the Olympia before that. Competing twice, like, if you compete once a year, eventually I get burnt out. Like,
Yeah.
he's a pro bodybuilder, so he can do more recovery stuff or whatever. But having that amount of muscle and then never stopping, like, you get burnt. And I think that can make your physique sort of degrade quicker too, because it's just under more stress continuously. Yeah, but some guys can handle that too. Like, some guys naturally have like a really low body fat, like Roman Fritz. Like, he just naturally stays super, super lean. So he just
Very lean. Yeah.
competing for him, he can do like 10 shows in a year and be like, yes, I'm getting a little bit tired now, But
Yeah, he just
before that,
competes
he's like
with what is. You know, he doesn't do anything special, probably. It's just what he is.
a couple weeks prep, up the gear a little bit, you're on stage. It's like that's all he'd probably.
That's basically what the
really
90s
need to
guys
do.
did. They would have a type of condition that they'd have, and they'd compete time and time again, except for Dorian.
Yeah.
Dorian only peaked the once, so that was probably the better thing for him.
I
Yeah.
don't buy any of the excuses. I don't.
Oh, well, I mean, whatever. If you want to let it bother you, you'll be back.
It bothers me.
Doesn't bother me, not like Greg Doucette. I ain't getting up out of bed.
That was
I
so
did,
funny.
however, have to get up out of bed this morning to go do a podcast.
You enjoyed every minute of it.
It wasn't bad.
No, I gotta be
had
honest.
better. I've had
I
better.
forgot to optimize the videos for sharing on the screen. They're all laggy. I'm not impressed with the video. I'll upload it anyway.
I was
But
gonna
God,
say, you better upload that.
yeah, it's just like
With
how
my sweet, sweet harmonious tones. Are you kidding me? I think I
Laggy
sung all
Mark.
the songs.
what else do I want to say about Nick?
Final thoughts on
Okay.
Nick Walker.
Okay, I gotta be honest, and I mean this in the nicest way possible. Nicest way possible. It is, if I were Nick, seeing what Matt has done, period, comma, semicolon, I would be cautious to continue. And my guess is that they do not continue together.
Didn't they just sign a contract? A supplement contract?
That's not a coaching contract, though.
Very true. Very true.
And honestly, look, Nick has left sponsors for less.
Mo Foda, he is sponsored by Evogen, right?
Yeah.
Really?
He was coached by Hani, and now he is coached by Stefan.
That's a first.
While being sponsored by Evogen.
Yeah,
so
Evogen's usually pretty stingy.
that can happen. Yeah.
Well, it's just like it's happened before. Like Nick has literally left companies for less. Like come on. Like for apparent, like if I believe some blame does rest with the coach. Like if you are, regardless if it's fake gear or not, whatever the issue is, if you cannot identify it, there is an issue on some level, and some blame is to be put on you. Of course, some goes with the athlete as well. But it's kind of hard not to be a tad upset. If I were Nick, I would be, of course, a tad upset with Matt. Like, I'm entrusting you with my entire prep. You are my coach. I don't know if they get paid. So a lot of these top athletes, maybe they just do it because of relationships. But I entrusted you with my prep. Some things, were just overlooked, and you couldn't do it. And I get like it's an extraordinary circumstance, but at the top level, extraordinary athletes require extraordinary coaches and extraordinary help.
What's the official announcement from Jensen and Walker? What do you mean? It was saying that the body was tired.
Like the summary of the whole
Body
thing.
wasn't
So
responding.
Body
saying
was
he's
Body was
tired.
not responding. What a lame excuse.
It wasn't looking good enough, essentially, to compete. They were pretty hard. He's pretty harsh on it. And then, in terms of them saying his body wasn't looking good,
Yeah.
it just wasn't
I
looking
don't
right.
like that.
So
I think
it was a little harsh, I think, on Nick. I think I was like, oh my god. And Matt was the one talking. I feel like
I hate that.
I feel like the video wasn't done right. Like I'm like it's unusual. It was jarring as a viewer for me to be like, oh, announcement, click on it. Matt Jansen talking, and you go, why is Matt Jansen talking? Because instantly as a viewer, I go, what the hell?
Yeah,
like it
feels like
instantly
it's a PR
raises
stunt.
your like.
Yeah. Nick didn't have much to say either.
Yeah,
Right.
and then it was like Nick was just talking. Now, Nick might have... I try to actually think about, because I've been sort of known about things that are going to be put out and then thought about it and talked to the people involved before. And you get the other side, the perspective of like, hey, how's this going to look? And a lot of the time they're thinking, how is this going to look? Well, what can we put out or whatever? So I try to think of what actually might have been happening. And at the end of the day, it's like, we're judging what gets put out. It might be all like very innocent. We're like, oh, do we want to say this? It's like, oh yeah, I'll just say this. And then sometimes, like he said certain things like in that video that people will go, well, does that mean this? And he said, like me and Nick are fine. It's like, nobody said you weren't fine.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, it just came across as a little bit...
They're going to split.
It led to more speculation. I think the more open and honest people can be, rather than letting speculation run wild, I think it's better because it shuts down what people can't say as much. It's better they put out a video probably than a post, I guess, but the video wasn't done ideally. So it's like, is it much better? Maybe not. I don't know. So yeah, Nick copped... I just think Nick copped too much blowback. Like people are really upset. And I think it's because people were excited to see him on stage last year.
Yep.
And then they're like, oh, we'll see how it goes this year. Now he's got some haters. The haters are like, yes, we're right. F you, Nick. And then even his people that sort of like him are sort of like disappointed and they might react as well. So you got the fans and the non-fans hating on him for a reason, And I think the reason's sort of crap and I don't think they should, but it's just the way it is, I guess. Like no one's more disappointed than him.
Oh, 100%.
I think it is. Look, the end of the day, the reason was the explanation was his body is not responding. The reason was they didn't want to present the package. There was also another question in this: if you are not your best, do you still step on stage? If you do not look your best, do you still step on stage? I think at a week out, you kind of owe it to the people that have been selling tickets off your back. As a Mannion, as Jake Wood, I'd be a little pissed.
Yeah.
It'll
be
like,
yeah, I get it.
be interesting.
And there's no like, I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer to the question, but it is the central question is, even if you think you look like shit, do you still have an obligation to step on stage? you've signed this contract.
Oh, yeah, but then you're just bombing your stock. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you know you're going to be outside the top 6, it's...
Is that gonna hurt you worse than
as
not
a
competing?
fan, I'd rather see Nick wait than to show up off.
I wouldn't.
And then get roasted.
I disagree.
If you were Nick, would you take a 10K fine if it was that?
Yes, 10K over hurting your brand. So I think Nick's making good money.
Does he
don't
lose
think
that
it'd be
many
10
sponsors
anyway.
from one catastrophic showing, like
I
one
think it'd be
blip in
bad.
the radar?
I think it'd be bad. Yeah.
Really?
This is a
Are they
double.
the-
But think about it.
If you think about the hamstring tear, or the
Yeah. Hamstring tear. New York just
you know,
beats Martin by
it
1
is what it
point.
is.
Then slipping it, it's a downward. It would just paint a downward
it's a cherry on top of the cake.
trajectory.
I'm sure they
Yeah.
thought about this too, but like it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't, because like you
Yeah, of
either
course.
compete and look like shit or you don't compete. What loses you more sponsors? Honestly, as a sponsor, I'd rather see the first one. I'd rather see him compete
Nah.
and
Look at
than
Lee,
not.
Lee-
No way.
Look at Lee Priest competed in 2003. He still takes crap for that.
Copped it.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he didn't want to compete, and they said, "Oh, come on, compete." All right, I'll compete.
He would have got a fine or something.
3 cinnamon buns, please. He used to eat those cinnamon buns with the white syrup all over them. Great
The
big
white
ones.
syrup.
Yeah,
The
whatever
white
you-
syrup.
Yeah, he loved them things. The
It's
great big ones.
icing.
Too. Well, whatever he calls it, syrup, whatever they
The
call it.
white syrup.
I don't know. I'm not a cake expert like you.
Oh, what are you trying to say?
That you like sweets a little bit too much.
We go right to his toes.
Oh,
He's got a
you
bottle
just
of ice
wait.
cream right there. I guarantee
You
somewhere in that
just
room.
wait
there's
until
an empty ice
I
cream.
come on to the Mark's Max Muscle Invitational, win my own sponsorship. Then what will you say?
There is one fella that looks like probably what you'd be shaped like.
Excuse it's probably. I'd love to see this guy. It's probably one of the most atrocious physiques I've ever seen, isn't it?
There's a couple of there. I showed the wife and she started laughing her head off.
Oh,
Like,
that's
what are
bad.
they doing?
That's bad.
But hey, he wanted to enter, so I'm putting him in.
If I was on an internet contest, I'd at least make an effort. Like if I had like hanging fat, like I don't need to have like the glutes. But if I was entering an internet contest,
smoothest thing you'd ever see.
Mm.
Smooth.
Too smooth?
Oh. You guys see how smooth this guy. And it's gonna be hard for me not to crack up during the video.
Did he at least put some like olive oil on him?
No, he's dry and smooth.
no, I'd oil
Can't
up.
be
Just
dry.
like I don't.
His back looks a little better.
Can I ask for nationality?
Of the dude? Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
white man of some sorts, but there's lots of
Okay.
different. I don't know. He's a white man.
Well, we've heard what you said about particular groups earlier on my podcast.
Mm.
Native Americans?
No, the ones that were going to blow up the building.
Why? Because I said what I said about. No, you read into that because I mentioned Hattie Shupin.
I didn't read into that at all.
Yeah,
what
you did.
What you said was basically, I'd hate to be in the room if he gets third or fourth. Could you imagine
'cause he's gonna-
what his fans would do?
Yeah, they're gonna delete you from Instagram.
At least.
It's like what I told you. What they used to say. That's a gay ass. What?
Sure is. That's what Xavier
Donkeys,
says.
when
Gay
they
ass.
when they'd release the donkeys out of the barns in the springtime, they were happy so happy, and that they said they were gay. So they were those asses. A donkey's an ass. They're gay asses. They're happy donkeys.
Man.
Amazing
So much didn't
commentary.
want to be monetized anyway.
Yeah, it's all right. That's all right. We're not trying to build the channel back or anything. It's fine.
It was said often.
Trying to get some momentum. It's fine.
You know what would help build
So
the channel
gay
up?
ass. All right, thank you. Thank you. So Andrew Jacked, hurt or not hurt?
Yes. Yes.
No,
I
he
am
doesn't want to say
searching-
injured because Kenson took crap
Or
from
hurting? Hurting.
Hurting for a squirt.
What did Andrew Jack
It
say in his
seems like
video?
Kenson was right. In his
Kenson
video.
was right. You know why Kenson was right?
Russell Discord owes him an apology.
I think so.
Kenson was right
So
because he literally showed Andrew Jack's words.
He's hurting for certain. Let me
That's
look
a
up
better one.
injury, see what the definition of injury is here.
I'm about
This
to.
is true. I think we need to figure out like revealed, injured. I think it's a lot of like minutia going on in bodybuilding right now.
He got good
We
views
just
for
need to
that
have like
video, too.
definitions of words. Tyler Mannion needs
Which
to
one?
come out with an explanation video after prejudging he'd be like, okay, this is my thoughts on prejudging, and this is the definitions of these words.
Like
or
reveal.
damage or loss sustained. A loss of not being able to pose for 3 days. Training, he had to train around it. He lost some mobility for a little bit. This is, guys.
Hey,
This
It's not
Ken's
an
Jardine
injury. How
over
could we
there
be
at
so
EP09.
I think he might be right on this one.
Did
What's his
Andrew Jack
name?
take down his video about that?
Probably because of
Like the
Kenson's
first
No, I
one.
don't think so.
success in his video.
No, I don't think so. Because
good.
I went on there a day or two after. I made a full video about it because I thought the person initially that was going to be out of the Olympia was Andrew Jack.
Yeah,
and
me
then I heard the Nick Walker thing, so I was thinking the Nick Walker thing was going to be wrong, and I thought it was still Andrew Jack. But I'm like, I'm not confident enough to put this video out.
It's crazy
'Cause
how
I
we had
wa-
that
I-
red herring.
I wanted to be somewhat confident that it was, because the thing is, Kenson put that out, put his video out. The next day, RX posted on their story that thing. Like, yeah, I'm trying to think of what I can say, and I can't really say anything else. But from speaking to people, but
Yeah.
it's it just I just would have thought that it maybe wasn't Nick, and I thought maybe that was a false rumor, but that was true. And then Andrew Jack seems to be in, but Andrew Jack might not be 100%. Who knows?
That's valid. There's a good possibility that he's
I
not
don't
going to
think he
be
will be.
100%. But have we ever
I know
seen him
Samson will
100?
be on. Not at the Olympia. I know we haven't.
Hey, Dylan, if you mute your microphone, oh my words, on here it'll switch to another microphone on your computer.
Oh,
Just so
really?
you know, you got to mute it on the actual thing.
That's gay.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, because mine switched to my AirPods that
It's
time.
happy?
Remember?
Why is that happy?
Yeah.
Why does that make you
I
happy?
don't even mean in the homosexual sense. I mean in the way that middle schoolers use the term gay.
You are such a donkey, Dylan. You gay ass.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
Anyway,
a donkey, man.
I have, if I may,
Don't be a mule. Actually, a mule is a half a horse.
this is Andrew Jack's
donkey.
video. Andrew Jack's video. Let's hold on.
He left my elbows and then I trapped some wind in my rib cage. That messed me up.
He was talking about when he was
Mentally.
warming up. Trapped some air in his ribcage.
Sounds like Ken's Jardine.
It is.
I know.
On this side, I can wait properly. Yeah, some movements were pretty good. Some movements fights between the workouts.
You can't see anything
Stand-
there at all. Oh,
Where is he,
there-
Rick? Oh, yeah,
there it is.
standing on him, yeah.
Yeah, you can see it now.
And Psycho said as well, after that as well, he said, I don't know if it said it in the video, but he said he's on there with his hand and he's like, or his arms or his elbow or something. So there was the walking on the back, and then there was him getting in there with his hands and stuff.
Yeah,
so
tissue work, yeah.
now, if that's trapped wind, now that may have just been trapped wind, and he's like, I need to get this out. This is, oh my God, this has messed me up. It can be caused from herniated discs and injuries. So he may have
What?
multiple herniated discs or a herniated disc in his back, which is
Bulging
causing
discs.
the trapped wind. Yeah, bulging disc, yeah. So I don't know if herniated and bulging are the same, but I've got bulging discs.
I
That's
don't
what we
think
call
so.
it here. But
I think
herniated
bulging
is
is
a little
less
bit
I think they're
severe.
more.
marginally different.
Bulging is less severe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just
I'm no
like
doctor.
it is just.
I
so
tell you what, bulging discs are
ridiculous.
pretty severe. I literally couldn't walk.
They
A lot of
yeah.
pain. A lot of pain.
I couldn't walk for like
Gonna,
over
it's
2
gonna
weeks.
mess
Yeah,
up his
it's crazy.
posing routine,
Like a
which
bruised
he's
rib.
known for.
Bruised ribs can hurt.
His posing isn't even that good.
I
it's
argued
not.
with him earlier.
It's not. No, listen. He looks good in like the front lat spread, the front double, yada yada yada. Okay, he hits those shots. He hits the splits at the end. The transitions are so sloppy. He's like,
He doesn't say, huh. No, he
let me
doesn't
walk
go,
over
huh.
here. It's the same thing as like Hottie hitting a bunch of most musculars. It's like it's just a different thing.
I don't
It's-
think
but
his
it's-
posing's very good either.
Thank you.
I agree with Dylan for once.
Maybe
Like
you
the
just get
side chest, he's not
mesmerized when
sitting on
you're,
that
when you're
leg,
in there.
like.
Yeah, the mandatories.
I just
some of
think
them are
Maybe
not
the
good.
actual
But guess what?
posing routine
Ronnie
isn't that
Coleman.
great.
Ronnie Coleman wasn't a good poser.
Back in 98
Yeah,
he
but
was.
the wow factor, the
front
music,
light spread
That's what it is. That is
Yeah.
what it is. It's the wow factor.
it's the presentation of the posing.
Yeah.
It's what
he
gets
put
people
a
excited.
decent amount of effort into his routines earlier on in his career. Like if you watch his 98 routine, it was
Yeah.
pretty decent. It's pretty decent.
It's not
But
even
he
the
was- he was-
routine only though.
What's
it's
that?
the way he hit his front lat spread. But if he hit his front lat spread, like,
yeah,
because he's so
one
big.
trap goes up a little bit more. Oh,
And he
he's
just-
not the
but he,
best
like-
poser, that's for sure. And I
If he
also
pumped
argue
his
that
chest right up.
he could have been a lot better than he was too. 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't
imagine
think
if
he
Ronnie
trained
Coleman
the
could
best.
pose. Literally imagine, like, he would be even better than he was.
I don't think he needed to do anything more.
Correct. But imagine how we look back on the pictures now compared to like now when we look back on them, we're like, wow, this will never be surpassed.
Hey, if he
Imagine if he
hadn't,
actually like snapped the shots right. That would
He
have been
hadn't
crazy.
pushed it.
That would
He
have been
hadn't pushed
absolutely
it so hard.
like.
He could have been
And
competing until he
Andrew,
was
some of the
50.
mandatories just suck. I think they're fixable, but the actual posing routines, a little clunky. It's just you can kind of tell he's 6'2" and a little lanky, a little awkward. That's just what it is.
Posing routines don't matter though.
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
so true. So true. It's a travesty. A travesty.
It is.
Not even in classic. Like, come on. But we have a favorite classic pose. We can judge that, but not the routines? What?
I don't
How does that
like
even make
that
any sense?
classic pose thing either.
I
Should
hate
do
it.
Do the same pose.
I hate it so
Pick
much.
like a
You know,
few. Pick like 3 or 4 different types of classic poses. One that favors the back, like a tilted. One that favors like the front, like a. I'll get my arm over here. I just couldn't see it. That's a good pose. And the arm
I
over
love
like
that pose.
That's my favorite one right there. I was born doing
Yeah.
that one.
and then
Yeah.
That's my
I
baby
stopped
picture
judging it
going
in my
like that.
comparisons. Like the favorite classic pose. I don't. How am I supposed to judge it?
You can't.
So what I
Judging
do.
a hand's clasp most muscular to a.
What I do now is I say if you are okay at posing, you get a bonus point in my criteria. You know how I do. I do a point system. Basically, it's like it's one or nothing. Someone like Ramon Dino does not get the point because he sucks at posing. Someone like Urs does get the point. That's
Ramon
like the only.
Dino is. I'm not even. I don't want to get the Brazilians to hate on me, but
It's so-
man, oh man, does he need? He doesn't.
Does no one
he'll
around
give
him
you,
tell
like,
that?
3 or 4 different options in the side chest. He's like, oh, you like it like this, you like it like that. It's like, no, hold still, would you please? I'm trying to do a
Like, does
comparison.
no
Yeah.
one tell him? Does no one tell him that you need to fix it?
No,
Probably
Honestly,
Nobody's telling him.
he has potential
You can
to
tell
be
him?
an off Chris Bumstead. The presentation has to be on point. That's like one of the things. No, I compared them today. Ramon is more complete, but he's not Chris. That's the thing. Ramon is more complete, but he is not Chris. He doesn't have the shape. Chris is taller. Chris has that wow factor about him. Ramon Dino
Be
has
right
an
back,
awkward
Sanchy
factor about
Sanch.
him.
I gotta have my shake.
I have a feeling that Ramon is going to be dramatically better this time around.
Yes.
He's prepped for 20 weeks versus 6. I think he was cruising last time, thinking that easy win, no C-bum. Who am I dealing with? Like Wesley
Won it last year.
Visses and Urs, and he thinks he can just beat them. And I think that this time he's going to bring it. I think he's going to be
Full
second.
prep.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about classic predictions. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I have Wesley getting beat by Ramon.
I can see it. Sure.
Because, like, it was a 1-point victory the last time, and like you said, Xavier, 6 weeks prep, and he still looked okay. Still was enough to give Wesley a run for his money. And the thing is, Wesley's back. It's come up, but how much? Like, he needs hamstrings. He needs adductors. Even if he's brought it up, he may beat Ramon in width, but he's not beating in the overall thickness. Ramon's back is second. Maybe even now that Breon's, like, kind of getting up there, maybe the second best back. Well, maybe the first best back. Oh, Josema. But in the top 5, Ramon has the best back. Trust the
would argue
process.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of open stuff to talk about. I don't even want to touch classic.
I hate it. I'm. This is the only thing I'll say, but I try to make classic predictions. I did a top 5, which I was pretty. Breon to Chris. It's basically last year's top 5. Take out Ruffin, add Wesley. I think Mike Sommerfeld can get up there after the top. I have top 5 plus Sommerfeld and DeBull. After that, you can literally have so many other guys in there. It's like, because they're all the weight caps and they all come in because they all are shredded. Like, I'm leaving out guys like Carlos Dahmer, or however you pronounce his name. I'm leaving out guys like Logan Franklin out of my top 10. I'm leaving guys like Robert Timms out of my top 10. Just because, like, it's a shot in the dark. It's a complete shot in the dark. I have Josema in my top 10.
I haven't even looked at the top 10 for classic.
Oh, I looked at the list. Why are there still 50 plus guys?
Yeah.
Come on. And you know, it's the same in men's physique. It's the same. It's
How
what
would
Jay
you fix
Cutler
it?
was talking
How would
about.
you fix it?
Tier the
question.
shows, or get
Tiers?
rid of most of them.
Yeah,
It has to be done.
No. I've thought of all of this as well. I think the tiering of shows sounds like a good idea, but it's a bad idea because no promoter is going to want to be a lower tier. Like they just like I think that was
Then
an
don't have
issue
a
with
show.
the point system. Yeah, but athletes are not going to want to do those shows. Lower tier show, don't want to do it. And that started to happen with the IFB when they had the points. Like more guys were doing the other shows, and yeah, I don't know. I don't think that works unless it's just like there's only like 2 tiers and you've got like Arnold's and Olympias and you have to win one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Or promoters combined shows. So if one promoter like Tim Gardner, if he combines all of his shows that are smaller into one big one with a huge prize money, maybe that's how you fix it.
Yeah, something has to be done. I legitimately.
But you got to think about it in terms of making money too, because like
Yeah.
that way won't work because the pro, they just couple the pro up with the amateur events. That's how they make their money. The amateurs, they're not making money on
all the
pros.
registration fees. Yep.
Let me play devil's
Yeah.
advocate. What's the adverse
$500
effect?
of registration. Yeah.
What's the adverse effect of just cutting half the shows? Like Open only has so many shows. Why can't we like make it?
Open
What do we
only
have
has
now?
so many shows
60.
because promoters aren't going to pay the insane sanctioning fees for Open.
So should we raise the sanctioning fees?
Well, I think for certain divisions, I maybe for classic raise the sanctioning fees, but you don't want to really shut people down. But what I think is like, say to promoters, like, look, we're capping this many shows. Like there will never be more than 50 classic, or just say in the future, like we're cutting 2 shows a year or 1 show a year or whatever. So
Talk
then
about
they
the amount
make
of
these
classic
promoters
competitors.
really want the shows. Yeah. And then they
What is the
can
official
slowly
number,
cut it
100?
down and say like, hey, look, yeah, something like that. But then they could say in a couple of years, look, you're going to have to offer this amount of prize money and it's going to be more.
Stupid.
And then classic becomes
Yeah.
even more popular. We get even better athletes doing it. And then
Yeah.
the classic, I honestly think we're going to get a guy that eventually moves from classic to the open and wins the Olympia. Because the guys that come
Regan?
up through classic as well, they come up really clean. They come up really clean. We didn't really come up through the classic. He sort of went open and classic went back.
He won
to
the New
open.
York
It was
Pro.
he did.
He was open first,
but
right?
It's not. He's open first. Yeah.
I like
So
your
I think
idea,
the guys
Xavier.
that
I
started
think
so
classic, but
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
look at Wesley Visser. Like he has the things that top open pros don't have, and I think he could go to the next level without ruining those things. So like his shoulders. Try to find an open pro that has that much detail through his shoulders. You will not find one.
And
unless
Antoine
they're small.
Vaillant.
Who?
Antoine Vaillant.
He's a pretty good, but maybe I don't
His
think
are
it's
pretty
still
good.
to the level
Yeah.
of Wesley Visser's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
No, I
point.
like
I've been hanging
Antoine's
around
are actually
Dylan too
probably the
long.
best
I have
open
to
pros I
argue with
know.
everybody.
I really
Yep.
like Antoine, actually. I liked his posing routine at the Arnold. That's what I
That
call
guy can
posing.
pose. Yeah,
That's what I
absolutely
call
got
posing.
posing.
Exactly. No, I
Brilliant
like
posing
Xavier.
routine.
You have the same intent. It's we have to get rid of these too many people at the Olympia. It is what it is. That is what we want. Jay Cutler is coming. This is the reason he's not coming to Friday prejudging. Like, let this sink in. He is no longer coming to Friday prejudging because it's so late. So the problem is we have too many bikini,
And
men's
the Expo.
physique, and classic. What's the expo have to do with it? Why?
Well, he's just not going.
Oh, he's not. Okay, my bad. But no, those 3 divisions have 50 plus competitors each, and sure enough, there's a show.
Crazy.
Sometimes they're doubling up weekends. There'll be shows across the world, and I get it. But maybe
It's too many.
we just hedge the bets on prejudging. Only invite top 10s back to finals. You know
That's
what I'm
what they do
saying?
anyways, right?
It's like that a lot, though. That's what they do it anyway.
Yeah, they already do that.
Damn, and it still sucks. Holy, get rid of the shows.
too many guys.
I don't know what to say.
many
Get
guys.
rid of them.
Open sticks with
Yeah, we
15, 16.
we can do
They've been
preliminaries
for the
you know?
last 2 years. Open, but before that, they were
The
pushing
Open
it.
does that because there's just not enough shows. Same with like women's bodybuilding.
Well, they
just don't
eliminated
have
the
enough
point
numbers.
system.
Well, that knocked down a few, but there's just
They're
not
gonna
enough.
they're gonna have to do something like that with classics. Say some of these smaller shows, you're gonna have to win a couple of them or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
know that's
do a point
stupid.
system.
Not that
Point
that's
system for
stupid,
the whole
but
year.
something like that. I don't know.
I liked the point system, so
I
I
think
wouldn't be opposed
smart.
to coming back.
I think it makes it more dynamic.
So make certain shows be worth a qualifier, and other shows be worth points.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with that.
I don't know. I don't know why we don't just do it. Like I said, this idea for even for the Open as well. Just couple the shows together. So you got the first quarter of the season, the second quarter of the season, third quarter of the season, and then the fourth quarter before the Olympia. And then out of those shows, whoever gets the most points, the top 3 or the top 4 or whatever, who accumulates the most points from those shows by winning, getting second, third, fourth, whatever, then they qualify. So they know they're qualified from those shows. And because a yearly point system, then you got people from Australia, England and stuff not knowing if they're going to be flying to the Olympia. So I don't know if they need to start their prep at 16 weeks out. But if we group it into shows, then those people know if they're qualified early enough to make arrangements.
Man, I think we can all agree that something like the Olympia should just not do nothing. Like it's getting to the point where, like, legitimately, if it cautions me away from going to a bodybuilding event that big. Would I go to the Arnold? Absolutely. I will. Would I go to the Olympia for all that investment to stay up and until midnight local time? It's something you have to consider. And like when a hardcore fan like me is considering, like, damn, like I don't want to be sitting in an auditorium for 6+ hours.
Yep.
And then, then you're going to be seen as disrespectful if you walk in, if you walk out during the other divisions and
No
then
one
come out.
notices. I would walk in and out.
It
I'd be out in
happens.
the lobby with my headphones on, editing. Like, it's just.
I was there, man. Like,
That
when,
sucks.
Like, it sucks, but when, I don't know which division it was one of the female divisions, when they came on stage, there was a lot of people you see walking out of that Orleans arena when it was back there.
Yep.
Just up the sides, just going.
Thousands of people.
So it's like,
Yep.
well, it is what it is. So I understand. Like Lee Priest says, like, who cares? Put them in at the start. I mean, if everyone leaves, it doesn't matter if they've sold the tickets.
You already have your money. Yep.
The part I disagree on with that is that it looks really crap to everyone there. You don't,
Especially
like,
competitors.
I've been at amateur shows where I've been there at the end, and there's been almost no one in the crowd because it's gone way too long, and it's 10 p.m. on a Sunday night, and everyone's left. It's like they're literally competing, and it's to 25 people in the crowd, and it's family and friends, and
Ruins
that
the
is
moment.
it.
Ruins
That
the moment.
sucks. I hate that. And you want the atmosphere in there, but then just make it a 3-day show. Just make Saturday men's bodybuilding, 212 and classic. Have a
Why not? It's big
midday
enough.
prejudging and a night finals. Yeah, it's big enough. It'll draw all the people.
The
and then
WrestleMania
split the
does
other
2 days now, I think.
and split the other ones into other days and have more entertainment surrounding it, so you can actually make it fun. Have Circus du Soleil or whatever it is there. Have actual like really
Josh
cool
is
things.
going to be
Have
with
Shaq-
a tissue.
Shaq
Oh my
needs to-
god.
Shaq needs to DJ there. I feel like Shaq DJing would just be fun, and I
We need
feel like
celebrities.
you just rip off your shirt and start. Rip off your shirt and start posing. You're in Vegas. Like, people are going to love that stuff.
You make those
And that
bodybuilders
way,
look short.
yeah. And you can sell the tickets to the other night shows for cheaper because naturally people want to go to the bodybuilding more. More people want to go see that. And, chuck 212 on one night or whatever if you want to. But I just think that you could make it really, really big and make the other nights fun enough and cheaper tickets where you sell out 3 days. I think you can do it.
Yeah.
Friday,
Nothing
Saturday,
against
Sunday.
that.
Sell out 3 days.
It's the Olympia. It's the biggest cow out there. Milk it for what it's worth.
Exactly.
Sweet milk.
It's a sow. It's the sow of bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think
call
it's
it
risky health-wise?
Sow of body. What?
Health for what?
For having
Milking?
2-day shows? Like where guys have to take diuretics for 2 days in a row? I think it's
Womp womp.
way more risky.
Yeah. But I don't
Has the
even think they're
Olympia
thinking
always
that
been
anymore.
2 days?
More of a money thing.
No.
I think often, yeah.
It shows the
Not
true
always.
grit of the guys who can do it twice, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just no one does that all year, doing a 2-day
Vancouver
show.
Pro does it.
Some do.
Well, we see how much
For
of a
some
show.
strange reason,
Sure.
Vancouver Pro does it.
It's prestigious. Of course, they charge so much for the pay-per-view. That is a
I don't
prestigious show.
understand why I could maybe almost see in like a bigger one, like New York or Texas.
There
Maybe.
were Olympia qualified guys for on that great pay-per-view.
Arnold's not even 2 day, is it?
Yes, it
Morning
is.
and night. I thought
No.
it was morning and night.
No.
You sure?
Not anymore.
Sure.
I can't remember anymore.
I thought it was
No,
Why
morning
did I
and
not
night.
know this?
It's a 2-day show for Open.
Yeah, but you don't sound confident, Dylan.
It's
Like
a
your
2-day show for Open.
You don't sound your usual confident.
You
cocky-
don't sound your usual confidence.
It doesn't sound right.
It's a
I've
2-day
been there,
show.
you know?
Yeah, Sanch has been there. Is it 2 days? And he doesn't.
It's a
I
2-day
don't
show.
think so.
It is a 2-day
really?
show for Open.
No, he said he
pretty sure
doesn't
it's one
think
day.
so, Dylan.
When check it.
And
Check
you're
it.
wrong about Bonak. He's gonna
How
beat
much?
Curry
How
this
much?
year.
How
I'm
much
just
you
trying
want
to
bet
think.
on this?
I'm pretty sure it's a morning and a
I will
night
bet
show.
my life. I will bet my life that the Arnold for Open is a 2-day show.
I don't know.
Can you pull up the schedule? Pull up the
Pretty
schedule.
sure the last
Pull up
time
the
I was
schedule.
there,
No,
Pull up the
I
schedule.
don't care enough.
Oh, pull up the schedule. I care plenty.
and now we get nice dead air.
Oh, I'm eagerly anticipating. It builds up some suspense.
Oh,
From the TVs used
Yeah.
at nighttime.
Now
You
it's
remember
24/7. No, that was before my time.
So you don't remember it.
Let's see.
I
when
see
they
it
go,
on
"Ooh," I
shows.
thought you meant like when it goes like when
Saturday.
something goes wrong and it goes boo.
No, there's
No,
like,
they
at
used
the
to
end of the
sign
night,
off.
There's like all these colors going down and one going on the bottom.
Yeah,
Like
that's
all
what I
the-
mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some here in America would apparently play the Star Spangled
Yeah.
Banner and then sign off.
They do the Star Spangled Banner, oh Canada, up here, and then
It is a 2-day show.
then they do it.
Undefeated.
Friday, prejudging, Saturday.
I wasn't arguing though.
In 2025,
You said-
it will
you
be.
said
I don't know if it was
Dylan.
last year.
I
Oh,
It will be next
oh.
year.
Oh, there's no proof. Celebrating early, were we?
They might have changed it.
Celebrating earlier.
How do
Look
I
at
even-
he's going right to work. Look at him. Hates being wrong.
Because I'm not.
You know, I hate to keep beating this horse, but this sounds like something an athlete rep should be working on with the Pro League.
You're whipping a dead horse, you mean?
You are whipping a dead
That's
horse.
how
I would be
the saying
beating a
goes.
horse.
Whipping a dead horse. Yeah, you gotta add that it's dead. Because when you whip a horse, it does go faster. I watched enough Bonanza episodes. You
Very
watched
true.
Bonanza, Sanch?
Big Haas.
Yes, you watched
Yeah,
Bonanza.
I'm
Little
aware. I'm
Joe?
aware of the show. Yeah.
Haas is the best.
They used
Must
to
be
call
why
me the
Fuad
Haas.
calls Haas.
I don't know. I didn't follow Fuad too much in his career to really know too much about him.
Well, they call him the Haas, don't they, or something?
Yeah, well, that's what he calls himself. I don't know if people call him that.
Oh.
I mean, I wish I had a cool nickname besides Sanch.
You shouldn't give yourself a nickname, I don't think.
That's why I should be Josh the Sanch Sanchagro.
There was there's an NBA player and his nickname was Big Baby Davis. So he'd
Baby.
often get called Big Baby. So
Yeah.
he tried to give himself a nickname, and it was just, everyone just laughed at it. He made himself more of a joke, you know what I mean, by trying to give
Yeah.
himself a nickname. Everyone's like, hey, good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
good one, Big Baby.
The Assassin. every fighter needs to have like some kind of, or like a wrestler. They always have like a.
Well, yeah, the
Magic
wrestlers' names are basically their...
Dylan, yeah, I could see Dylan working
Dylan's
away
ready
there.
for
He's going
Sonny
hard.
Warcloud.
Listen.
Sonny Warcloud.
Listen.
The Columbus Dispatch. The Arnold has moved the website to 2025, and it is a 2-day show for 2025. For the Arnold 2024, the premier event at the 2024 Arnold Festival, the Arnold Classic Bodybuilding Competition, will be held at the Columbus Convention Center March 1st through 2nd. The finals will be held 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. March 2nd. Finals at March 2nd. That means the prejudging is the first.
That doesn't
I'm right.
necessarily... That doesn't necessarily... Look
Okay.
at one of the
divisions
videos.
final.
Look at one of the videos. I
Wait,
would
is day one classic maybe, and the other classes?
Yeah, that's what I'm so saying.
Classic is 1 day. Classic is 1 day. Open is not.
We'll
So
see.
classic
about
is
this.
morning and night.
Correct.
That's the same
because
as
it's
the
at the
Olympia.
expo.
The-
It's at the expo. In the
The
morning. It's
Olympia
at the
is
expo in the
class-
morning.
Classic's 1 day on.
The Olympia,
Is
yep.
it 1 day this year at the Olympia?
I
Or is it
believe
2?
so.
It was one.
Well, we're
right.
glad you proved yourself right, Dylan.
There you go. You got this one.
Give
It's
yourself
not
a round
about
of
me.
applause.
It's not about me. Look at Mark. He's seething with rage.
No, I'm
He's-
looking here. I don't think you proved yourself right yet.
He's
have
looking
you?
through his old videos. He's like, I'm pretty sure they
'cause
did a
I
one
got
day.
prejudging. I got Arnold Classic prejudging. It's March 1st. Prejudging, March 1st.
That's the Friday. It's Friday. If you
Okay,
uploaded
well.
it on the day of, that's Friday.
I'm just trying to get some solid evidence for you, Dylan.
Some
And here
tangibles.
is we don't get the finals. Well, if that's March 1st, that's Friday.
Correct?
Is March 1st Friday? Well,
Yes.
Then yeah, if it's the finals were Saturday, it was a 2-day show.
Oh.
Dylan's right. Case closed. Dylan wins.
undefeated. literally, I can't be stopped. I cannot be stopped. The track record is insane. With that said, I'm ready to make my right predictions.
Andrew Jack's winning the Olympia.
And even
Fuck
with
off.
his quote
Injury?
unquote not
Don't say injury. Don't say
Not
injury,
his-
boys.
his
With
ailment,
this kerfuffle.
kerfuffle.
If he's
I think
hurting
that's the
more,
official-
if he's hurting more than I think, if he's hurting more than I think, then I'll say no. I'll say he'll slip to 4th. If he is not hurting too bad, if there's no water retention in his back or anything like that, then I'm going to say that he's going to win the Olympia in 2024, and he's going to look huge compared to what he's looked like before, and his side chest will be transformed. That's my prediction.
Transformed from Texas.
Revealed.
Okay. Timestamp. Okay.
All right, I'm
Andrew
just going
Jack's
to go
winning.
get coffee.
Sure. So Andrew
Yeah,
Jack's
sure,
winning,
sure.
and then Hottie and Derek probably 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Nick's gone, so probably Samson or Samson
Do you
2nd.
think Nathan could sneak in the top 10?
Dasha, sure.
What guys? Have you forgot about Big Ramy?
Ooh, I think he's
You're
out too.
cruising for a bruising, Dylan. I happen to have Superset Man's list written down here.
Really? Ooh.
Why?
he
Did
has-
he already make his?
He has Nick Walker in it.
Foolish fool.
You'll have to X that out, and that puts Andrew Jack 3rd. To see the rest of Superset Man's predictions, go over to The Superset Man, featuring Superset
Florin.
Man.
I'm doing my predictions right
Florin. It's not Florian, it's Florin, right?
I said Florin.
Okay. That's you.
Can you mail that to me?
I'm always right about everything.
I can't help it.
Are you smart or just knowledgeable?
Both.
Well, there's difference.
now. Or maybe he's just around stupid people. That helps too.
No.
Well, yeah, it's like if you hang around with all these
Enough,
skinny,
you
out of
never
shape
know.
people, it makes you feel pretty buff. But you go to
True.
the gym and it's like,
What
Why
are
you
you
so
insulting yourselves here?
Yes.
You guys are the only ones I talk to.
what about Jake? He's your buddy.
I haven't talked to Jake. I DM'd him today because I wanted to know his predictions. That's it.
Did he DM you back? Is it called DM now? Is that what the kids call it?
Direct message.
You're not
Yeah.
allowed to call it message anymore. Sound old.
Well, doesn't. It's on Instagram, so it's a DM. Fogey.
Is he still alive?
Old fogey.
Yeah, he's alive, unfortunately.
So when you were messaging him, did he message you back?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He did. The pose.
I like when he talks like that and he finishes it off with an extension.
He does.
It's like Krang inhaling when he finishes talking.
You should imagine Jake doing the serial sneer.
Can tell you that much.
Yeah, it's hard to keep that extension going with the
I
sneer.
went
What did you think about my predictions, Mark?
far off.
Well,
I think
there
you
was a
put
key
Martin
difference.
I think you put Martin down a little bit too far.
Like 7th, I think.
You put him down below half a hell, Brandale.
No, I didn't. At the last minute, I
you
changed
didn't
it.
end up doing that?
No, I did it in front of your eyes. I said
earlier before that you were all set
on the video. I said I put it in, and then I said this doesn't look right, and I changed it. It's just like if it doesn't feel right, like when I see it typed out, like
The Olympia always is different than what people expect. Something that happens, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, geez, he's way off. Oh, I should have
Brandon's
predicted
gonna win
him
this year."
down." And it's
Yep.
like, well, nobody all nails it.
Brandon wins this year.
Bodybuilding. Sometimes they got something wrong with their stomach. They're nervous. You know, you got to have
Not an injury.
A nervous. No, but like look at Rolly Winkler. He just had a nervous stomach in 2019. There was nothing wrong with him.
With the cramp. Oh,
Did he have
the
a
whole
cramp? I
package.
just think he got nervous because everybody said he was
No,
going to
that
win
was
the
that was a
Olympia.
different year.
Because he should have won the Olympia because he placed 3rd the year before. Technically.
True.
And I thought he was going to win it. He came in and Brandon Curry won it.
I don't think he ever. It was going to be difficult because of his backside.
But still, he was awesome in 2018.
The backside still wasn't. The back lat spread was okay. The lower body conditioning
Yeah.
and hamstrings and adductors not there.
I
The
was
back
always,
double.
I was always not a fan of his back condition.
I was a fan of Rolly though. I predicted him
me
to win
too.
it. I remember
liked
talking
the
to my
guy
dad
a
and my
lot.
grandpa who were into bodybuilding, and I was like, I think Rolly's going to win it this year.
He's
And I
like
was
a
like,
nice. He's
we
like the
talked.
nice guy. He seems like a type of guy. He's a nice guy. It seems like
The
anyway.
beast.
He is a beast.
He is a beast. Didn't weigh that much, I found out.
Really?
No, they used to say he was 280. One Olympia, he walked out or something, it said 285, and I even made a video about it.
He wasn't.
I put him next to Ronnie Coleman, who weighed like 287 or whatever. I'm like, you sitting there telling me that he's 2 pounds lighter. Nope. They put 285.
He was like 5'7". I don't think he competed ever more than 250.
No.
More like 240.
He's too short. He's no taller than Bonac side by side. 285. I was appalled.
Maybe if the legs were bigger, I'd believe it. Because leg mass is heavy, you know?
No.
No, you're right. Not 280. But I'd be... It'd be a lot more
giants
believable.
were 280. The big tall guys.
Yeah, Rami almost never competed too much above 280. Some years, you know, but that was ridiculous. He shouldn't have
made
done
him
that.
step on the scale there at one point.
Mm.
Bonac wanted him to take his shoes off. He tells Bonac, don't worry about that right now, Bonac. Shut up. No, take the shoes off, because that adds a lot of weight.
2 pounds.
Yeah,
He's big.
Even though the shoes don't weigh that much, they somehow, when I step on the scale, it adds 5 pounds. I don't know how that works. Yeah, when I have my shoes on.
Trapped air.
I don't know.
It's an injury.
Maybe it makes me feel like a big man when I'm wearing shoes.
Yeah, you lose some momentum.
I'm
Some
leaner.
confidence.
I'm lighter now, and I'm like in the 150s right now.
Your soul gains weight when you wear shoes.
Ooh, I did want to talk about Brandeau's
Let's test a routine soul smear.
I'd love to talk about Brandao.
Yeah, does this new update change anyone's opinions on him, or is he still?
I have
I
a neck
mean,
and neck with Martin.
Did we look at an update? Is it when he was doing the
pulling up right
pull-ups
now.
there? You were dissing his pull-ups?
No, that was Brandon, and they were shit.
Oh, you said Brandao.
Brandeo.
Yeah.
This looks
Yeah, we
ridiculous.
It looks.
If I got to be honest, I was this close to putting Raphael ahead of Martin. If I saw this before I made my final predictions, I think I would have.
Yeah, you
I
looked
think
at
I
Martin
did,
will beat
actually.
Raphael.
Really? You think so?
I think you made the right decision there,
Yeah.
Dylan, over there.
The
at Project
backside
Bodybuilding.
was what convinced me, along with it just didn't feel right.
That's
You
what
might
it is.
get
The
nervous
backside.
stomach.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Raphael looks insane.
Oh, yeah, he does right now. But he's going to get nervous stomach.
Nervous stomach. Martin looked like a deer in headlights at New York a little bit.
What?
He go back and look at his real lat spread.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like-
I know.
he's like-
and his front lat spread. He didn't open up.
Correct.
He forgot to open up, though. If he remembers to open up, he'll be just fine.
I think he will. He's talked about it.
What do you think about him having a new baby? That affecting prep?
It can.
Oh, Martin.
Eat it.
I was going to say not much, but...
Very early days
Oh.
as well. Like having a baby that young, that's the thing. Like Sebum
Yeah,
had
he's
a
like
good period
29.
of time.
It can
Mark,
affect
what do you
him
think of
mentally.
Urz's hair? Because I know you hate Chris Bumstead's hair. What do you think of Urz's hair?
Urz's hair is a refreshing change from the wad of crap that's sitting on top of Chris Bumstead's head. And I
Really?
still don't like it. I still don't like it.
Wow.
Wow.
That's about as
Bumstead with his
passionate
little
I've
hat
ever
hair.
heard
He
you.
looks like a Muppet.
Truth comes out.
Daddy's home. Makes me sick.
Savage. He's hitting that post.
Makes me sick.
That
Daddy's
post is
home.
good.
Oh, Mark, I love that.
Little hat hair or whatever he calls it. Yeah, that's not fake. Should have
He
went
said he's going
bald.
to change the. He said he's going to change the side tricep.
Look at how detailed his glutes are and just how like.
Yeah.
I just think he's more conditioned this time too. Like that's the thing. Like the back in the actual back, I think he could just get that little bit more, just that tiniest bit, and I think he's going to have it this time. So, and his back's hard too. Like in that most muscular, I think that's going to stand up well in that top group. To be honest, like not against Hardy, no. Like he won't beat Hardy, but the roundness of the quads, that's going to show up some guys.
Does
I don't know,
Martin's
Xavier. He
completeness
has
and
the
sharpness-
glutes and the vacuum.
Yeah, with the glutes, the midsection, is that something that beats Hunter?
I think he will, but
Really?
Hunter's very big.
I
Hunter's
think
gained a
Hunter,
lot of size.
Hunter's lighting obviously was bad, but it wasn't that bad. But he will be more conditioned at the Olympia, I think.
Vacuum too.
Yeah.
Vacuum, yeah. He beats
That
Hunter on a
automatically
lot
makes-
of aspects, but Hunter's so much bigger. I think we'll see
Yeah.
like a
He
lot.
looked big next to Nick Walker.
Yes.
Who wins the
Big
back
dude. He's
shots,
next
Martin
to
versus
Samson,
Hunter?
and he didn't look that small next to Samson.
Hunter wins rear double,
Probably. Yeah.
and then Martin wins rear lat spread. I've done this. Confident.
Yeah, but not if the condition is way off. If Martin's destroying him in the condition.
Martin will
weak
not have
hamstring.
Martin will be crisper than New York in the back. Not that
won't
crisp
be?
yet. Not that crisp
He'll be
yet.
Detroit pro level.
No, he'll be the crispest he's been.
Oh,
It won't be mind blowing like, oh, the skin is saran wrapped in the back. No, it'll be in the glutes and everywhere. The back is an issue. It's going to be better though. He needs some
there you have
time.
it.
He needs some time to make sure that skin gets extra thin. The skin matures as well. The skin, the leaner the skin, the longer the longer you are leaner, the thinner the
I
skin
like Mike
is.
smiling.
I'm just trying to watch him do this car accident of a verbal.
You understood it. You understood. Or did
Yes.
it go over your head? Because
Yes, I've worked with the challenge before.
The challenged or the
Hey,
challenge?
I had to keep it clean there. I just said
Yeah,
challenge.
the challenge.
I didn't say how. Verbally challenged.
Oh my god.
oh, okay. I'm sure
Get
that's
into a
what you
verbal
meant.
accident here.
Man,
It's all right. We've already
you
unmonetized. It's fine.
you've hit Arabs today. You've hit black people on the DMs. You've hit.
You've hit them.
You've hit.
Oh,
you've
because
hit.
I said one guy, and I said,
No,
I meant to say, what's his name?
He's like.
And
He's
then you're
like.
like, racist.
Because it was. Because it was. You're like, is this black guy out? And you.
I did not say that. I'll show you the message right now.
Here, I'll pull it up.
Dylan
Do it.
is so.
Do it.
If Dylan gets really big on YouTube, I think that it'll be bad.
Yeah.
We need to
Because
get,
I expose
Yeah.
everyone.
we need
Okay,
to keep
here's
him under
About
50,000 views a
touchy
month.
subjects,
Probably,
you know,
yeah.
religion.
Here we go. Here we go. Is Breon not competing this year? I said he is. And then Mark said, oh shit, I meant Terrence. You racist piece of shit.
What?
How could you stand for something that heinous?
That is blatant.
That's going in the thumbnail. I'm clipping that one.
Would you have got C-Bum and Breon confused?
I messaged him
Exactly.
right back. Read the next message.
Okay.
Sorry, I meant C-Bum.
Read the
Best
next
is that
message.
You said oh, hold on, that's the chat. You said I meant Terrence. I said
No.
Why?
After that.
I said, hold on. Why? No, he isn't racist. I knew that was coming. Oh, and then I said,
I knew that
because you
was
said
coming.
something racist. Oh, because you know what you say.
No, because I know you read into stuff.
Read into stuff. This black guy looks like that one.
Now, what else did I say?
I don't even know if I can read it. No, because I confused Breon with Terrence. Oh,
No, I said
Damn.
about Chris Bumstead.
what about or I mean Bumstead?
Yeah, I confused
No.
those two.
And then you said LOL. You don't. You're saving face.
I was laughing about a previous joke. My wife
You're
walked by and
saving
told me a joke,
face.
and I accidentally typed LOL.
Yeah, you're right.
I confused Urs with Chris Bumstead.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. It's in the messages.
No, you didn't. You're saving face. We know. Hey, it's all right.
Let's move,
Let's move
on.
Let's
It's all right. I'm not a
Oh my
cop.
God.
let's finish it
That
out,
was fun for a while.
and then it's just painful. Official Olympia, final Olympia predictions. Xavier has.
Can't wait to hear this.
No, don't go me first. I want to go last.
Okay, well, you did say.
Trying to escape me?
You said Andrew Jackson first. See, I really
Yes,
wanted
you
to
can
go
put
with
that in.
that, but I think I'm going to go with the safe pick for a couple, and then I'm going to have wild picks for the rest, because this is how I want it to go, not exactly how I think it's going to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'd be putting.
It's
I'd
not a
say
prediction, it's a
these
Dave
Sure.
pushes the microphone away.
I thought these were what we thought was going to happen.
Yeah, we have to do what we think. This is our
I don't
predictions.
know.
We're predicting what we think is how it's going to play out.
How we think?
It's fun to have a prediction though, to throw a wild card in, because gun
But
to
it's
your
going to be
head.
realistic.
That's what Mark did with
Okay, I'm
Bonac
going to say
beating
what I
Brandon.
want to see, and then I'll say what I think I'm going to see.
Over there.
That one? Right,
Guys,
that
be
one?
quiet. A racist is talking.
Don't punch Sanch.
Yeah, easy. I'm a little close to the.
Dylan said Sancho's going
I'm
to say
close
something.
over here.
When
you
a
know,
racist
just coming
talks,
in.
you listen.
Who's next to who in this? Because I'm like, I've got them all lined up. It's like me on one side, then I've got Dylan, then Sanch, and then Mark. Mark's so
Josh?
far away.
I'm upper
Xavier's
left
the
for
bottom,
Me.
and then Mark's over there.
You're
Oh no,
right
I've
there,
got them next
Dylan.
to each other.
Dylan's right there.
Oh, I don't do that.
Yeah, I've got it in the quad panel. I'm in top left. Xavier's below me. Dylan's to my right, and Mark's down.
Oh, so
bottom
everyone's
right.
got the full. I've just got close-ups of everyone's faces.
Yeah, that's gross. I think I want to do that though.
I just got the
It's
close-ups
nice.
of the
It's
pages,
nice.
too.
You get a nice good view of everyone's face. You don't get the
When
the,
I try to
the outside.
I try to make the fourth person big, and then it makes.
Hey,
Although
I'm a
Saunch
real
is slightly
big
to the
man.
side. So
Yeah.
Saunch is like this for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not quite
For
centered.
the viewers,
Sanch.
for the viewers, I'll be fine.
You got to be centered.
Okay.
No.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
see, I wish it was this straight up view because my green screen looks all messy.
Can we have Mark
it
go
up
first for
properly.
predictions?
Do you want Mark to go first, or? I mean, I can fire it off, and you guys can yell at me and how wrong I am.
Yes, please.
Are we going to do, or should we all go one by one? Like who's going first? Like
Ooh,
me,
who's on
Dylan,
first? Who's on
Mark,
second?
and Sancho.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fine
why
with
not?
either one.
Why
I see
not?
what you're. I see what you're.
I wish I could do that.
You don't wish you were him. He lives with hate in his heart.
No.
Can you do this, Mark?
You say I live with
this?
hate in my heart.
Xavier, now you have to find a way to get that in your
No
pod.
heart.
And that's the last drop of this news article.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
I can
kind
do
of
it
hot.
We're really going to squeeze the juice out of this article.
Can you do that, Dylan?
Squeeze the what out of this article?
I need a drink.
I could never do that very good. I can go like this.
No, I make words come out of my mouth.
That's cool.
If the aliens land, who do you think they're going to communicate with? It would be the people going, what?
Depends. Are they racist?
What? They don't see races like me. I don't see races. I
They
see
just see
humans.
people.
The human
I
race.
see humans.
I see conditioning.
There's one race, the human
I
race.
am a man of many races.
Doesn't look like it.
In first, what do we got?
Derek.
I have Derek.
This is a change from
Look
this
like
morning.
he-
This is a change from this morning, but
So who's going first?
Everyone's
Sarge?
going for first.
No, but who's saying their first place
yeah,
first?
I'll say it first. Sure.
Well, you just said it, I think. Anyway.
Yeah. So we got two Dereks. We've got a Andrew.
And Andrew.
And Mark has.
Who you picking, Mark?
Andrew? Who picked Andrew?
you can deal with that. You can deal. I'm tired of it.
I like the pick. I think I picked Andrew last time, but this is what I think's going to happen.
And how long have you felt this way?
About a week. I feel like it changes a
I'm
lot.
done.
It might pass.
I'm
The
talking to
feeling might
someone
pass.
regularly.
Come Olympiad morning, you're going to wake up and you're like, oh,
And
no.
I'll be like, Samson's going to win.
He's been huffing.
video.
He's been huffing Andrew Jack's trapped air. What happened to the Samson hype?
I
think-
have Samson up there.
Everybody's Derek? 3 Dereks? Or no, we have a Hattie, 2 Dereks, and a Samson.
Are you
Or not.
Hottie?
Who's a
And
Hardy?
Andrew.
Who's a Hardy?
I thought you were Hattie,
Oh.
Project Bodybuilding. No, you
Please.
are Derek. So you're Derek. So there's 3
Yeah,
Dereks.
I look. I won't do it in my own predictions, but for this purpose, look. I said it in this video. I'm not putting that bag
No,
of milk.
you have to have consistent. You have
Okay.
to have consistent predictions.
We are
'Cause otherwise you'll say,
professionals.
"Oh, well, in these predictions I picked him. In these predictions."
No, I would always go with my final. I would always go with my final predictions. It is what it is. Derek's gonna win, but I'm predicting Hottie.
What does that even mean?
You guys don't understand it.
Yeah, we understand it. It's a person that hates being wrong, so he
His
tries
math
to
is different.
weasel
No, it's a
himself
person.
like one
it
of
has
those
nothing to do with
weasels.
me and everything to do with my hatred.
Weasel,
Dylan?
weasel.
Yeah.
What's your final prediction? What's your prediction? Because
One, who's winning?
no matter, you cannot
Who's
say
winning?
if
I
the
predicted
other guy.
Hottie.
You cannot say, "Oh,
Hottie.
well,
You
I
said
told you
Hottie.
he'd win."
I predicted Hottie, but guys, if I had to bet money on it, it'd be Derek. But I'm not putting that piece of shit on my predictions.
Why
Wow.
do you hate Derek so much?
Undeserving champion. I ended my podcast with this. I said I don't care who wins as long as they deserve it. It can be Derek this year as long as he deserves it.
I had Derek winning last year.
Yeah,
you can be wrong.
I thought he won.
I thought it was very close.
You guys, he's gonna
Very
get bitter
close.
if you keep saying that. He's gonna freak out.
All right.
I'm
second
already
place.
bitter.
Second place, I have Hottie with a very close second, just like last year.
Purple calms the room down.
Ooh, it does.
Take
You know
it
what? I
easy,
don't like
Joe.
gyms that have a purple theme. Whoa. No.
Jeez.
There's Anytime Fitness is like purple. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's demotivating when I go in there. I
It's
feel
the
very
one I'm
mellow.
training at right now, and
It makes you
it's
mellow.
not
Oh,
great.
yeah, see,
Yeah, I like
hurts
a
me.
yellow or like a bright color makes you want to train. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Red's good.
The hardcore one I train at back home, like the
Ooh.
professional one, it's got blue. That's their energy. But it's like
Yeah. Is it
it's like a
dark blue?
nightclub. Yeah. Well, look up the lab.
Yeah.
The lab gym.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
I've
showed
seen
you
that
guys
one,
before.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pay the $200 a month or whatever it is. I think it's like
You guys
500.
have, it's funny the gym culture over there. Like, you either have gyms that
I hate
are
it.
crazy cheap or they're super expensive.
Super exclusive, yeah. Well, they want to keep out the riffraff, so they're like, okay, it's $500 a month, unless you can get in with the manager, and then it's $200.
Jeez.
And then the broccoli shitheads
Yeah.
work out there. So
Somehow the broccoli shitheads still show up, and I hate it because they talk so loud, and they're always in circles.
wearing
and
pajama pants in the gym
Yep.
with the
with
tripods
the white
for being
with the white the tank top.
for
Yep.
doing 195 on the bench.
Yeah. All
I
right.
hate it.
Second place all
Kids can
around.
always bench heavy.
You wouldn't understand my hatred.
I just
Mark,
don't get
have
it.
you been to a gym, like a public gym?
Oh, yeah, no, I go to the gym.
Lately?
Oh
And
no!
there might
thought
might
you just
be
trained at
people like
home.
that. I do too, but I go to the gym.
Have you
but
ever
I-
been to the gym?
I've
I thought you
never-
only
I've
trained
never
at home for
taken
some
note.
reason.
I've never
Have you ever
taken
been to the
note of
gym?
anybody beside me like that would bother
Yeah.
me. I
That's
really
probably the more
don't.
healthy way of doing it. Yep.
I
depends
just
where
don't
you
get
live,
it.
though.
I don't get it because I want to be able. Sometimes I train weird or something weird. If people it bothers them, and I'm thinking, well, I'm not getting in your way. I'm
Yep.
just doing what I do. But
I
whatever,
observe.
people
I don't care.
I'm too into the workout. Like
I don't
my
care about
my
how it
wife
affects
goes
me.
with me, and she came up to talk to me one day, and she had to like snap me out of my zone because I'm about to grab these. Will be heavy
60s.
for me. We'll lie for the 100-pound dumbbells. Yeah, it was closer to 60s to do some elevated bench presses with. And
Incline bench.
I got to get an incline. Yeah, I got to get into the zone. And then I had to talk to her or whatever, and then I had to get back into my zone. So I don't
like
notice anybody's hair or pants. It wouldn't be a boy anyway, Dylan.
Oh, what a pervert! I can't wait till.
No,
I wish
I said I
I wish
don't
I
notice
trained in
that
the
stuff.
I wish I trained in the Middle East. I swear. I swear.
Second place picks. What do we got?
Sorry,
Derek.
son. Dylan gets me
Samson.
going. Ooh, I smacked that
Wait,
kid.
did I have Derek? Hold on, let me check.
Well, if you have Hattie
Andrew
first.
Sampson. Yep. I think Xavier's picks.
You're
are
right, I
pretty-
did.
are
No,
the
I had
same.
Derek.
Yep. I have Hattie. A close Hattie. Yep.
It's either this or completely switched.
Or it's way off. Yep. It's either
Derek,
they push the rivalry and they honor it, and everyone shows up the way they should, or other people show up so good that they have to see that. And I think that's where Xavier has his picks. Is
Fantasy.
those two guys show up so good that it's undeniable.
Man, you know what? Maybe I'll put Andrew Jacked in first.
No, you don't get to change. You don't get to
kidding.
change.
No, you already picked your first two.
Third place.
Who's
Who we got?
Xavier's second?
Xavier's
Samson.
is Samson.
So you got a weird
Oh.
first and second. I like that.
The big
I
man.
like that.
The big
Mark,
man.
do you know the difference between Samson and Andrew?
Next question,
inches.
please.
Okay, but Xavier, I think it does open up the thing. I'm predicting a four-man call-out, two shorts, two talls. I think that'd be a great dynamic. Imagine two talls, it's like shirts and skins. And I don't know if they break that off into Samson and Andrew because it changes it completely.
and you
Even
got-
how they're standing changes it.
You got Martin and Brandea, who's kind of the same thing. There's a short and a tall.
It's going to be interesting. I think this is going to be a
Tall's less
very
conditioned.
it's going to be hard to say anyone. Let's just say the criteria will be changed or reinforced based on this decision because
Yeah.
we've been muddled for 5+ years. We need some concrete, like, this is what our standard is because I'm tired of this.
We could have the top two at the Olympia be 300 plus pounds. How crazy is that? Like, that's a legitimate chance. Like, Andrew is over 300 pounds. He even just said it on his story then. Aceto said he's over 300 pounds. Samson, I think it was his biggest ever. And then before that, what he weighed on stage was like near 300
pounds of meat.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to say that them combined on stage would be like, what, 6'10", 6'05"? Like, that's a lot of muscle. And the height discrepancy as well is going to be bigger this year because Samson's tall, right?
Yep.
Andrew's tall.
Andrew's another 2.5 inches taller, 3 inches taller. So that's a decent amount of height. So 6'2" versus Derek 5'6", that's half a foot.
Oh.
Like I think it's going to look very apparent, and I think it's going to make Samson even sort of
when you see them at
like
the
just
Arnold
in that
Classic,
top 4 call out.
It didn't look like there was that much difference. By the way,
It didn't, did it?
Between who?
Between Samson and
Hottie?
Andrew Jacked.
Oh, 2023.
Yeah.
Andrew's taller, but yeah,
It's the way
I just
Andrew
think those
holds his
two there will
physique and
look
he bows his legs out. They end
Andrew
up
looking more filled out will
about
make
the
him look
same
taller.
height.
Like
What's
now
that?
that he's got some beef to him, you'll be looking at Andrew.
That's and he looked thin next to Samson at the Arnold. So he does.
The thing is, he's apparently going to be over 20 pounds bigger from last year's Olympia of this year's Olympia.
I hope so.
And
Andrew or Samson?
Andrew.
Oh,
Samson was
So, like,
already a decent size.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like Andrew's going from like 260, I think it's like 267 rings a bell or something, what he was at the Arnold that year. And he's going to be over 300 pounds now. It's like
That
that's
was one of his worst showings, in my
lot.
opinion.
He's very small compared to his other showings. I actually agree with that.
His
When you
lat
look at
was,
his like crab most muscular, it was
one of his
stuck.
lats were gone too.
injury.
Yeah.
There was something wrong with his lat. Symmetrical.
Hey, Mark, would you have had Big Ramy beating him at that show? I know it's hard to know because there's not much video footage of Big Ramy.
Going by
but
my memory, when I was watching it, I had him beating him.
yeah, same.
I almost had him beating Nick, for goodness sakes. Nick doesn't have a pretty physique compared to Ramy.
I wouldn't have Ramy sniffing the top 2 with the quads.
Ramy
Like, he beats him-
You wouldn't even know about them quads if it wasn't for Xavier Wills of Desktop Bodybuilding.
No,
Yeah.
go back and look. I report on
Don't
it's
put
one of
that
my
on
most
me.
viewed shorts. It's one of my most viewed shorts, 60K views. I reported
60K
on
views?
I reported on Big Ramy's quads. They were muddled. They were murky. They look gross. It's even worse than Hottie's delts. Something like that. Because it's an even bigger area.
They were better. They were better at that Arnold though.
They
He
look
put something in there.
They were different. No, the lines were blurred. They looked gross. They looked like sailing bags.
sailing.
Sailing.
Sailing where?
It did look like there was something
Like a
pumped in
sailor?
there.
Sailing
Maybe
by
his stem cells
the
working or
Tim said, bro, he's not competing ever again.
I would wager to say that he's never competing again.
I would
Bodybuilders
say
don't
so, too.
retire, though. You
Same.
never noticed that? Bodybuilders
Phil
don't
used
retire.
the word retired. Phil finally used the word retired.
Yeah, but he competed one last time. Kai Green
He
never
said retired.
retired.
Yeah. Kai
Will
Green's
he
huge.
officially retire? When did he officially retire?
He said in his last
year?
Instagram post, not too bad for a retired bodybuilder.
Oh, he never officially retired, though.
Correct.
It's obvious now that he is, though. He
Well, 'cause
slipped
he said
into
it.
it. They slip into it. They
Yeah.
don't announce it. They slip into it.
yeah.
Because he competed at 2020, and then you
I always
figure,
am,
well, he might jump back in.
Is there any bodybuilders that have retired on stage and then never competed again? I know,
Dexter the
like
Blade Jackson.
Dexter did it well. Like Dexter,
Yep.
yeah, he did it perfect, didn't he? Because I think bodybuilders always go, "Hey, I could do it again." Like they see the show, and I've been to contests as well. It makes you want to compete. Like when you've competed before and you smell that tan and you're there, it's almost like you get that excitement straight away again. And I guarantee these guys go to shows and they're just like, "Yeah, I want to do it again one more time.
Yep.
I can
Gotta
do it," you know.
recount.
And then they just, unfortunately. Yeah.
Every time I go to a show, I'm like, oh, I should get in shape again. No. Third
Yeah.
place. What do we got?
Samson?
Third, I have Andrew. I have Andrew over
Derek
Samson.
Lunsford.
Derek in third. Whew, that's
Samson,
gonna be
Dowda.
wild. All right.
I feel really bad.
Yeah,
you should.
someone's got to be
Really
there, you know. Your picks are exciting. Fourth,
Yeah, it's something different.
That's a word.
It's something different because if it does happen, look who's right.
bam. It's a very valid way of looking at it. If that's what happens, if not, then it's just like
I think
it was a way of looking at it.
Samson's realistic.
In the event that Andrew places first, I still see Derek in second, though.
See, I just can't see them comparing them very well. So that's
Samson.
where I'm like, an Andrew and a Samson would be. Then you got like, is it apples and oranges, or do they want to compare similars? It's like,
I think
holy
Samson
cow.
could leapfrog them all.
I think so as well.
I'm going to rewind this after the Olympia. I'm going to say,
agree.
see, why didn't I go with Samson? Because I said I
I'm
think
more
he's
bullish
gonna
on Samson than Andrew.
be bullish. You tried to explain to me that word earlier.
And it still went over your head. You still can't understand it.
I like bullish.
Bullish is good.
Yeah. Are you bullish on it?
Bullish. Is that what my Brandon getting beat by Bonac prediction was? No, Mark, that's bullshit. It's bullish. It's bullish.
Where is she? Oh, wait.
We'll see.
It's not where is he?
We'll see.
I
We'll
put
see.
some
I'm
class
Mark McNuzzle.
to my
Class.
Mark
Class.
isn't a penguin.
I can do
Your,
Homer
your
Simpson.
predictions are ass.
Close to yours. They're as good as anything you do.
No, nothing comes close. Nothing comes close.
Xavier, do you have
yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
fourth? I saw you writing them down.
I have Hardy.
Fourth? Did we just do third? Now we're doing fourth?
Yep.
Yeah.
I get Andrew jacked.
I have Andrew
Okay.
as well.
And then mine's Samson.
Yeah.
So just
And
flip.
he's calling my prediction stupid. You got Samson fourth for
Yep. Samson fourth, Andrew third.
I should have.
Joshua Sanch?
Yes. Yep. Now, fifth is what I really want to see from everyone, because I think this is fifth, sixth, and seventh is where it really gets wild.
Yeah.
Martin.
In fifth, ooh, that's a fun pick. I like that. Now, for Martin's son, what is his thoughts?
Hunter.
Hunter. Yep. The safe Hunter pick of fifth. Yep.
Do you know what I think? I think it'll be the first call out will be not Martin. I think Hunter will be in there. And then I
Probably.
think Martin will work his way into a call out with Hunter. And then I think Martin gets fifth.
Ooh.
Okay.
That would be that's
Prejudging,
a good storyline.
I think mixed scores. And then I think Martin jumps him at the finals. If that happens, if he jumps Hunter at the finals, if it's that close and he's losing to Hunter and then beats him at finals, I will look back on this at 1 hour and 26 minutes, writing it down.
All right. So we have a Martin in fifth. We have a Hunter in fifth. Mark.
Michael Double.
What?
Going for open.
Hunter Labrada. I wanted to keep things exciting.
Damn, your predictions are so.
You
so
telling me Michael
predictable.
Double doesn't have the condition to hang with these fellas?
They're so predictable. Where did you get these predictions?
From my prediction video that I made a while back.
Video
I
sucks.
have Brandeo in fifth. I want to see that.
based, for sure.
I don't know if it can happen, but I want to see it.
Yes, it
could.
can.
Especially
Yes, it
With
can.
Martin
Obviously.
in a close sixth.
lately,
Those two
I think
battling it out.
Brandeo can get way higher than what I had him.
He's gone under the radar for the last few weeks, but now he's like.
Well,
he's
since
putting the-
Tonio dropped out, he's like, oh, good, I don't have to worry about Tonio beating me up.
Uh-huh.
So he was
clogging
able
my
to-
toilet.
Clogging the toilet.
Imagine
able to
Tonio breaks into Raphael's hotel room to clog the toilet for mind games.
And then I heard Brandeo
Perfect
run
strategy.
Tonio off the road when he was driving his bike, and he ran him off the road.
Well,
That's
you
true.
know, Antonio
Wow.
did not see who it was, so you never know.
Mark revealed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Reveal.
Oh, that was a good one.
Now, what do you guys got for a sixth?
Oh, I can't wait.
Martin.
Hunter.
Brandon.
Ooh, Brandon. Okay. I was
Hurry.
wondering where he was going to come in. Yep.
Good to see Curry getting some love, because he's
Yeah.
going to take a beating at the
He's
Olympia.
not going to get any love here. Yep.
No, I gotta say, Mark, you were getting me riled up about Brandon. So I don't know if I
can't wait.
overweighted him. I don't know if I overweighted him.
Ooh, very true.
Because, you know, like, in the heat of the moment, maybe I placed him a bit too high, but I really am. I believed all the stuff I was telling you. Brandon is placed fourth, and he looked like poop last year.
So did the other two fellers, if I'm not mistaken. Bags of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
And
it was
what
not,
did I say?
not the
What did
best
I
showing.
say? Hunter and Andrew should have beat Brandon.
No, because he's smaller and it was less crap to look at. The
I
bigger
get
you
your
are,
argument.
the worse
I
crap
get your
there is.
argument.
There's more crap out there. That's why Ramy sucks. He really sucks because there's a lot of poop.
I would agree with that. I think that's accurate.
Okay, so we got everyone sixth, chat. Now seventh. And then I think we'll
Raph.
stop at
Let's go 10.
Brandeo?
10. Why not?
I
got
didn't say
10.
Brandeo. I
Yeah.
was saying
Yeah, you did.
Xavier said No, I was saying he said Brandeo.
I-
Who did you say?
Take it to the bank.
Point like you guys know where I'm going.
So Xavier has Brandon.
Hey, you
I still do it though, even though I know it doesn't work. I'm still doing
I
it.
have Hunter in 7th.
Now, Dylan. Why don't you
Dylan.
keep your comments to a dull roar here. In 7th, I have William Bonac.
Ooh, all
The
right.
Conqueror.
You'll
He's going
see.
to conquer a lot of big names here.
Wait, you changed that. Bonac was not 7th in your prediction video, right?
I got rid of Nick Walker's gone, so I got
I thought he was like 9th in your video.
Good push him ahead. So, math.
Yeah, that's because I didn't watch your video because I don't watch that crap. Turn that crap off.
Mute that crap.
Mute that crap.
You love my harmonious tones.
We do.
I prefer the cereal sneaker.
Well, I'll tell ya. Like, see, I gotta practice that one. Can't just pick up.
Oh,
and
I didn't
go.
give my 7th, Martin.
7. Martin 7. Martin 7. Martin. And what we have, I have Akeem for 8th.
That's
Bold.
Oh, you
Sorry.
copied me. I was
did?
about to say Akeem 8th.
Oh.
Yep. Damn you, Sarge. I was excited
you
to say
hit-
it. You, I
Okay,
can
I'll
tell
wait,
you're
I'll
excited too.
why do you wait? Where's Brandon? Do you guys
Behind
you
the
didn't-
team, apparently.
I wanted the same thing. I was going to ask. I was
Holy
going to
shit.
ask Xavier that, and I was like, I'll wait for everyone to say something.
Okay, yeah,
You
okay.
got him that far down too, Xavier? You had him on your channel.
I think
for
it
goodness
came.
sakes.
Yeah,
You had him on your channel, man.
See,
Have some
listen,
loyalty.
people get upset. People get upset when I put Brandon high, and then I've done shows where I put like Martin below where he actually placed, and
because he's your
then
friend.
like people hate on me, and they're like, look, you put him lower than he actually ended up placing.
No,
You're
intimidating.
actually a Martin hater, and I'm like, I cannot win.
Look,
If I put
they
Brandon
pointed out to you.
high or
Look,
low.
I have proof you hate him.
Yeah.
What's this? If you're judging a physique, what does it have to do with you hating the guy personally?
Yeah.
It's like
People are
Burl
so
Fox
dumb.
was
They
a
don't
killer.
understand
Hey,
it.
he's got a great
People
physique.
are so stupid.
How
The people
dare
that
you say
comment-
he has a great physique? He was a murderer. Maybe he still has a great physique. Skeletor was pretty built. He was the bad guy.
Was he?
So do we have all the 8ths?
Was he?
Mark,
Rafa.
Rafa
Not to be
8th?
confused with the city, the bodybuilder, Raphael Brandau.
Yes.
Right, really? Ooh,
Huh.
that's
I was
low.
confused.
That is low.
I got
like,
Curry 8th. Curry, Brandon Curry, right below
Okay.
Bonac.
Okay, so Curry's
And I can't
definitely bouncing around that area except for Dylan,
I wish he was bouncing on me.
right? And for... Anyways.
I know
for
why you are doing.
For 9th, I have Curry. Me and Xavier, I think we have the same. We have the same 8 and 9.
God damn universe.
Yeah, I have Curry too. Yeah, I have
Yep,
Curry
yep.
too.
I had Curry 9th originally, but Nick's gone.
Yep.
So my 9th is Brandao, or
Brent? Really?
yeah,
Okay.
Rafael Brandao.
I have. We're on 9th. Bonac.
Bonac 9th? Okay. Does everyone have Bonac in the top 10?
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
Xavier, is
I do.
Bonac 10 for you too?
Yeah, it's his last year. I hope
Okay,
he
so
does.
me and
Hey, we have
Xavier
the same 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I whipped
I have
mine
a king.
together pretty quick today. So those are my picks for what I actually want to see.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
So we've been sitting here watching this whole time, but these aren't your predictions.
No, but that's what I want to
Exactly.
see.
Bollocks.
Does it even really
We're
matter
listening
what
to
I think's going to
Sanch's
happen?
fantasy.
No wonder I
I'll
was
tell
so
you some
turned
stuff I
on.
want, Sanch.
I try not
Let's
to
turn
let
the
my
podcast
personal
off.
feelings sway my predictions.
See, if
Likewise.
I actually
Like
did what
Wizzy.
I think's going to happen, I'd have to actually do like real detailed breakdowns like you guys do. And it just sounds like a lot of
It's a
work.
gamble, though, Sanch. It's a gamble. You don't know if between all these guys, Andrew, Brandao, Hunter, Martin, one of them is going to come in soft. It's bound to happen. Look at all the Olympias. If somebody comes... Don't roll your eyes at me, Dylan. Somebody will come in soft, and we won't see it coming. Whether it be
I just...
Derek might.
Bro, he was soft
I'm
last year.
sorry
What
to
do
give
you
you a side
mean?
tangent, but I did just find a spelling error, and it's hilarious. Kingdom.
Morons.
Kingdom.
Morons.
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
Where's all the time going? They don't spend it on the website. They don't spend it on doing proper lighting. What is the Olympia crew
I
do all
found
year?
a garbage bin one time, and they wrote on it "grabbage" instead of garbage, and it was wrote like kind of messy. And it's like they really didn't realize that they wrote "grabbage" on their and it was funny.
It's your time working
It's
with the
crazy
mentally
how many
challenged.
spelling mistakes. Like they actually have I don't know if you guys have this in America, But do you have like banners that the teams run through in like American
Sure.
football?
Yep.
Yeah, so every AFL game, like both teams run through a huge banner, and it's normally has stuff written on it.
Yeah.
So they write sometimes like if it's a player's 100th game or 300th game or whatever, they'll put their name on there and say like "Go get 'em" or whatever. The amount of spelling mistakes that get put on there because they're made by like the cheer squads of the teams, which a lot of the times like that's their life,
Yeah,
you know.
what-
So you
what
can
are they
imagine the
filled
sort of
of?
people that. Yeah. So they spell stuff on these banners, and so often there's been mistakes, and then there's had to be like apologies made. It's like it's the player on your own team's 100th game. Like you can't make 2 letters wrong in his name. Like you just can't do that. But yeah, I find it very funny though, and even on news websites now, I feel like it's just whoever gets it out first. I've read it stuff on like Daily Mail and all that sort of stuff, which I don't really read much at all, unless it's something relevant. And there's just spelling error after spelling error, and just mistakes in the story. I'm like, that's wild. I think honestly, bodybuilding media is pretty accurate in comparison to even like mainstream.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And our redactions are pretty quick too. So if we do mess something up, a lot of people will make their corrections, even though it doesn't help fix the mistakes that they make sometimes.
I just write it till I die. I just go with it, and I just say, no, I was right.
I'm a coward.
I'm joking.
I'll put redactions out. I'm like, hey, I was wrong. My bad. It was not.
No, I'll just say I'm right. You're wrong. Just tell them. I'm joking.
Dylan, did you call a guy Horse MD one time? It wasn't even Horse MD.
No,
Wow, just mixing up Brazilians. Ugh, disgusting.
No, it was.
Yeah, because they all pose bad. How about that?
A zinger on the way out. All right. Pin that
What
chat.
percentage of Brazilians listen to your podcast launch? I hope it's 0.1%.
Oh, it's got to be like 5%. Yeah.
I hope it's all of
No,
them.
it'd be low than that.
Yeah.
Because they listen to all the Brazilian channels. Like my Brazilian viewership is low. But do you know
think I
what?
have, like,
Brazilian
10%
viewers, you
Indian.
don't make much money.
Yeah.
Really? Because of the ads?
India, you don't make much money on the ads either. Like it's not worthwhile promoting to those countries because of the amount of money you make. It's like nothing.
Oh,
The
so
ads
don't
from
pander
Indian
to
viewers
the
is like-
Brazilians or the Indian.
Yeah, it's just they have
Well,
less
from what
money
I've
to
heard from the
spend.
Brazilian channel.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
It's like obviously like
Lower
the United
economy.
States and the West or the richest countries just in general just have the best
ROI.
You get some of the most money on YouTube from Australian viewers.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, Australia, then like normally like Canada,
Australia have any like
UK.
big bodybuilders right now? Any pros?
No, it's just the amount of money per view. So it's like you maybe like I don't know what percentage viewership you get from Australia, but maybe like 7 or something. But it's just because we obviously pay more for our ads. So if I have a business here, having a business here, what I pay Google for my Google ads is going to be higher than probably most countries in the world. Like even adjusted value, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently Brazil you get bad money for ads. But if you go through and look for your RPM and stuff, it's pretty interesting to find out like, it's like, oh wow, like that actually makes a massive difference. Like if I had all Indian viewers, like you would have to get a lot of views if you're going to live.
When I was doing like a video a day or sometimes 2 videos a day, when I did that for about a month, I was looking at all that stuff and I was printing it out and putting it on my wall, and I was super.
Oh really?
I was obsessed with it for
Yeah,
like almost 2 months.
You were posting
And
every
then I
day. Your views,
burnt
everything
out
was
and
going up.
disappeared.
Yeah.
It's hard to stay like consistent looking at the stats when something happens and then you can't stay on top of it.
Yeah.
Because you know it's going down, so you don't want
It
to
is
focus
what
on
it
that.
is. It has a lot to do with something
just-
happening in bodybuilding.
I like talking about
and-
stuff I want to talk about. And unfortunately, that doesn't help the channel grow. So you got to find that balance where right now I'm just doing these talk shows and I enjoy it. So I'm just doing what I enjoy right now. And if I add more later on, great. But right now I'm just trying to find a rhythm of bodybuilding news that I can maintain. And this is what I can maintain. Because I enjoy
that's smart,
talking to you
man.
guys. I do want to bring on Justin Badarina and Tyler Johnson and Lamar Shaw. I want to bring those guys back on and do my other shows I used to, but it's not a focus right now.
Dylan, I'm like, that's so dismissive. I like Justin Budarina's name. I always want to say, hey, Justin Budarina. Come over here.
He is an East Coast fella. So.
We'll make a podcast about Justin Budarina.
You want to talk about
Slick back your hair.
nutrition? Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I like Justin. He's a cool guy.
He's good. If you can lock him in for a pod, he's good. He's just a busy guy.
Yeah. I actually recorded one with him ages ago, but I had all these audio issues and stuff, and we was going to re-record it, but I had obviously all the drama going on in my life, so I've got to get that redone with him. But yeah, because he's cool.
That'd be good. Closing thoughts, gentlemen. I'm sure everyone's kind
doing
of
a-
all
you-
at this point.
You doing a prediction thing for the classic?
No, I don't. I don't even know
You got,
who's
you
qualified.
got Justin in your top 10?
Probably more
I
of
do. I do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
think.
have Justin Shire in my top.
Do we all have hat hair boy winning?
Yeah,
Probably,
who
yeah.
doesn't?
Yeah.
Yes,
I like Xavier.
Daddy's home.
Savage.
I do.
Savage.
Yeah.
I do.
Who's second?
If I get this right, I want a public apology from Dylan. We need to make some sort of a wager.
What? What's
Well,
the bet?
I'll go through and listen to this. I'll type up all the predictions. I'll do those graphics like I used to do for like the Arnold and whatnot with their
Cool.
logos, and then we'll figure out some kind of wager.
Yeah.
and then we'll do a-
let's wager my life. How about
you
that?
guys
Let's
have-
do that so I can't lose.
If you guys have time,
How about
He-
Andrew and Samson versus Derek?
Andrew and Samson versus Derek. What do you mean by that?
Do you know 58% of people are picking in the RX Muscle predictions
I saw that.
that
Yeah,
Derek will win the Olympia? And that's because that's
67?
people's true
68.
58.
True-
I think
people's
58,
true
yeah.
feelings.
67%.
Those are the Vegas betting odds.
maybe it
It's the best we
changed.
have.
Oh, it changed.
Yeah. So if you got a 58% chance that Derek wins, then
I don't have a
I'll
58%
take-
chance Derek wins.
What do they
do you
know?
believe it's more than 50% chance that Derek wins?
No.
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
I think it's
I think
straight
it is.
50.
What about Derek and Hardy? If you had Derek and Hardy versus Samson and Andrew.
Well, here's the thing. I told you, like, I'm sticking with my prediction because Hottie should beat Derek. But if I were, like, betting anything, no, it's just, like, I'm not, like, they screwed Hottie once. How could I possibly, against my best interest, vote against Derek?
Derek's never been screwed like that.
No,
Yeah.
never.
He's always been
Do you know
given a
what's funny?
cushy gig.
Do you know what's
Why
funny?
would it be different?
They did drop him that year, but I think he
212?
definitely deserved to be dropped. Yeah. But that was not a good package.
Yeah,
He
he was a little soft. George Peterson beat
and
him.
he lost muscle. Yeah, he lost muscle. Like
George Pearson
his
would be
legs were
Olympia right
small
now.
that year.
Would be 212 Olympia right now.
George was good. Yep.
Yeah.
And with his
Good
frame, he had a weird frame that he looked huge.
Yeah, structure was just massive.
But
Like that
wasn't
sort of
even
like
200
Kevin
in
English.
2020? He wasn't even 200 pounds, I thought. I thought he competed at like 198 or something. Maybe that was his classic
No,
weight.
That
though.
small? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
That's
207.
classic. That's his classic weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. His
Yeah.
classic weight was like 198, I think.
Because he did put on a lot of muscle.
Yeah,
His back
'Cause-
was thick.
Best back.
yeah.
I never
back in
ever do his
classic.
comparisons, and it kind of sucks.
I did one with him versus Keon. I had George winning.
I wanted to do George in the one where he was going to compete. But I just
don't know
felt
if you can do
weird.
that
I
one.
felt weird doing it. I felt weird doing it because,
Yeah.
it is kind of weird, so I
The
never did it.
thumbnail says missed opportunities. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Mark.
I mean, what
come
do you,
on, Mark.
what do you
Distasteful.
do?
That's
Well, no, I
hard. Yeah,
was
because
interested
George.
to see. I think he could have won.
2021? I think so.
He
Yeah,
could have
well,
won.
that's what his coach Justin Mills says. So,
Bias coach.
I know it's his coach, but he said the way he was looking,
Even I didn't see that, but I saw 2020 and I saw the trajectory. Excuse me, but he was great. He was going to be great. He already was. He's going to be even better.
Yeah.
What was?
We have to
someone
end it
said
on something positive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, never
said
mind.
something.
Well,
Positive.
Derek,
If you guys have
Derek-
time, either Wednesday or Thursday, I can do some research, and we can come out with like a classic 212 prediction video.
Today's Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday. This episode will come out on Wednesday morning.
On what day do you want to do it?
We can either do it Thursday or Wednesday or whatever time you guys got.
I
know
think
we're
they
running
might
out
be
of time.
hard days because you got the press conference and stuff as well. I might be
Ooh.
out for the next two,
Press conferences on
and then
Thursday.
tomorrow I've got some stuff on as well.
I got pretty
Yeah,
busy.
Do it
you're right.
now.
I should probably
Yeah.
focus on
I
getting
might
ready.
join Dylan for a live at the
you said you
announcing.
would.
For the announcing of the placings.
You're going to be watching anyways. Just join the live.
Yeah, but I want to be able to listen to it too.
Yeah, we
If
won't be
listening
talking
to it
smack in the
affects
comments.
yours.
It's different.
I can't do it because I want to listen to it.
No. You put your headphones on.
No. I want to watch it in luxury. I hate wearing those Mickey Mouse things. Yeah, I'm not cold, but I'm wearing earmuffs.
I'm
Nope.
Sponge.
Me when I'm mentally challenged.
No, that's just how you sound.
You said You said you would
No,
come
it gives
on
me a
my.
headache. I can't do it. It gives me a headache.
You
I'm
said
not
you
gonna
would
watch
come
the
on to the stream.
Well, to watch the placings.
This is
As
a
long as-
disaster. This is a disaster.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
It's not a positive end.
Oh, that's what they're gonna get. They already clicked off by now.
They
But thanks
clicked
for
off
watching,
the first
everybody.
couple seconds.
fine.
Make sure you guys follow all these guys for their Olympia coverage. It's going to be
Project
a
Bodybuilding.
great year. Thanks for watching.
Stop
Consider
bodybuilding.
subscribing. And we'll see you in the next one. Amazing.
See ya, fellas.
And Mark's out of here.